Hello and welcome to another episode of Beldirect from the Helm series. I'm Grady Wolf, Market Analyst with Beldirect. Aroa Biosurgery is making waves in the wound care and soft tissue repair market of the healthcare sector. With key products already on the market with regulatory approval, the growth runway is extending for this New Zealand-based medical device producer. Joining me today to discuss the company's product portfolio, June quarter results and outlook is Aroa Biosurgery founder and CEO, Dr. Brian Ward. Brian, thank you so much for joining me today.
Thank you, Grady. I really appreciate the opportunity.
Now, for any investor who may not have heard of Aroa Biosurgery before, can you please give a brief outline of what the company does, what it aims to achieve in the healthcare space, and an overall portfolio update?
Yeah, so we're a soft tissue reconstruction company. So we make products that enable surgeons to essentially patch holes in people. And so we're involved in a wide range of different procedures, in chronic wounds, diabetic ulcers and venous ulcers, through to hernia, breast reconstruction, and trauma. So a whole wide range of different things. And essentially what our products do is provide a framework for healing and accelerate the healing of complex wounds. And so these products, are world leading in terms of their performance. And, typically this class of products has typically been extremely expensive and therefore not available to many patients. And so what we've done is enable these products to be manufactured in a very efficient way and therefore accessible to many more patients. So it's a real breakthrough in terms of access and a breakthrough in terms of performance. Now,
the products have been referred to as providing a scaffolding environment for cellular infiltration and vascularization to promote healing by Bell Potter's analyst. Can you please explain this concept and how the Aroa portfolio of products are made and how they work?
Yeah, so what we do is we isolate a very specific layer of tissue from the forestomach of sheep, and it's a type of material called extracellular matrix. And so we take that material and we process it, so we remove all of the cells and cell components that the human body would react against, but we retain the structure of that material and important molecules that are bound to that structure that are signals to cells for healing. And so we end up with this framework, and that framework allows cells to move quickly into wounds and start to lay down new tissue. So essentially it becomes a very simple building block for building new tissue in patients. And then we out of that material, we make a wide range of products for different surgical sites and different types of procedures.
Now, what is the benefit of using Aroa's products as opposed to traditional wound and soft tissue reconstruction surgical methods?
Yeah, I think there's three key things. I mean, one is that it accelerates the formation of high quality vascular tissue. And so it means that the healing process is a lot quicker. It's not as prone to infection as many of the other products that are being used in this area. And it also simplifies the procedures for surgeons. So it means that some of these procedures can be a lot more simple and done by a wider range of different surgeons. So it makes healing a lot more simpler for the patient.
Now, there is always a risk with wound care surgery, and Aroa has an exceptional track record through independent surgical experience, confirming very low rates of surgical site complications and hernia recurrence. Why is a wound care so successful when using Aroa's products?
Yeah, I think it's about the rate of tissue formation. It's about the quality of the tissue that's laid down. So it's very well organized tissue. And our devices are specifically designed for particular procedures. So for example of that would be in complex hernia, where we take our biological material and we reinforce it with synthetic fibers. So, not only do we have this great material, but we also engineer each product for a specific procedure so that it's successful.
Now, the June quarter saw Aroa post some really impressive results, including increased cash receipts from customers, strong balance sheet, no debt, maintenance of guidance, and the first patient was enrolled into the Inevo study in June. Now, that's a lot to comprehend. Can you please explain what these results mean for the coming months for Aroa?
Yeah, look, I think this year is a really important year for us. We've got strong growth happening on the top line, but also, the company's transitioning to becoming highly profitable, and so we see the company growing strongly, but we also see a strong bottom line as well. And so I think we're now moving into a period where over the next couple of years we can expect strong growth, but also strong profitability coming through. So I think we're in the right place at the right time, I think, for the current investment environment.
Now, what clinical trials are underway right now for Aroa, and now what are you testing in them?
Yeah, so we have two major studies running. The first is our Myriad registry. So this is our soft tissue reconstruction product. We're recruiting 300 patients into this registry and looking at the healing rates in a wide range of different procedures. So across all the procedures, but also in some very specific procedures as well. So that's one study. The second study is our Symphony study. And so Symphony is predominantly for use in complex chronic wounds, diabetic ulcers. And so we're running a 100-patient study in the US. This is a randomized controlled trial with Symphony versus standard of care. And that's underway, and we expect to do an interim report out on that next year.
Which of the Aroa products are the key drivers of revenue at the moment? And are there any new products awaiting final clinical trials or regulatory submission in FY24?
Yeah, so Myriad is the main focus for our sales team, and that's what's really driving growth. And there's sort of three product variations. Symphony is a product that we launched relatively recently, and we're very early in that launch. In terms of new products, we have our Enivo product, which is a hardware product that is paired with our extracellular matrix. That's with the FDA at the moment, and we expect to hear more about the clearance of that over the coming months. So, I think the important thing with our products is that, they are commercial, they're growing strongly, but we're really just scratching the surface of the opportunity. So we have very low market share at the moment and plenty of opportunity for growth in the US.
Now, as with any medical company, changes to reimbursements through Medicare and government subsidies can impact revenue and growth outlook. Is this of any concern for Aroa or future sales?
Look, most of our products are paid for under a DRG code, which is a bundled payment for a surgical procedure. So there's not really risk associated with reimbursement with those products. Symphony, the product that we recently launched, is paid for individually. We have reimbursement codes for that, and we're beginning to get paid for that through the Medicare in the US. So, we've sort of overcome the hurdles in terms of reimbursement, and we're in good shape.
Global expansion is a key driver of growth for many healthcare companies. How is global expansion progressing for Aroa, and what does the next 12 months look like for the company?
Yeah, we're predominantly focused on the US, so 95% of our sales are in the US, and we're continuing to build out a commercial infrastructure there. So that is going to be where we continue to focus. I mean, having said that, we are cleared now in over 50 countries. We have 15 distributors outside of the US. So, that will grow over time, but, we don't want to be distracted by that global opportunity and risk our success in the US. That's where most of our focus will continue to go over the next 3 to 5 years.
Brian, thank you so much for joining me today to discuss the results and outlook for Aroa over the near future.
Thank you, Grady. I really appreciate the opportunity.
We really hope you enjoyed that episode of BelterX from the Helm series with Aroa Biosurgery CEO and founder Brian Ward. If you did, why not subscribe to our YouTube channel as we continue to interview lots of different ASX CEOs, managing directors and analysts.